Hi friend, I just wanted to take a minute to invite you to our Lash Biz Babes Experience 2026. This is a one-day all online event happening on May 2nd, and our theme for the year is going all in. We are shaking things up and doing it differently than anyone ever has before. This is going to be an all online event as usual, but it's going to be 100% a curated journey throughout your day as we guide you through the mindset, strategy, and passion needed to go all in on your business to make it your best year in business yet. All lash artists, estheticians, and beauty professionals are invited to join us. There will be guided sessions, interactive workshops, a panel discussion, and big giveaways happening throughout that whole day. And tickets are on sale now for only $199. Payment plans are available. Let's go all in on our businesses for 2026 together. All the details and the link for tickets are down in the show notes below. I would love to have you join us online in May.
Welcome to this week's episode of Lash Biz Babes, the podcast for solo beauty business owners who want to build a full clientele and create a business and life that they truly love. My name is Erica. I'm your host. I'm a lash artist turned beauty business coach and lash educator. And this week, we're going to be talking about social media content. Over the weekend, I asked on Instagram and on TikTok what your biggest struggle with social media is. I got a lot of really great responses, had some really good conversations with some of you, and my biggest takeaway from that was that content is one of the number one things that you guys are struggling with. So I thought we'd do just a little mini episode on the podcast this week, and I wanted to share with you like the top 10 kinds of posts, like post ideas, things I've posted in the past for my own lash business that made the most conversions and turned Instagram followers into paying beauty clients. So we're going to talk about some content ideas and just lay it all out for you. So these are in no particular order, but I'm going to give you 10 of like my top performing posts that I've done on Instagram that help me book more beauty clients and specifically lash clients since I was a lash artist. So first and foremost was a video tour of my studio. So when I first got started in my new town, I didn't have any clients and I didn't know anybody. So I really turned to social media to be able to grow my clientele because in my mind, like that was the fastest way that I was going to be able to get in front of people with like the minimal amount of like overhead and costs. So I immediately turned to social media, and one of the first posts that I put up after I got my studio room set up in my new town was a video tour of my space, and it did really well. It was one of my best performing posts that year. I think what really makes a difference for clients is like social media, the intent behind it is to help people get to know you and get to like you and get to trust you. And so I think when they were able to like see my space, it really helped them to know like where they would be going to and what it's going to look like and that am I going to be comfortable there or not, and just be able to feel like they can trust me more. They feel more comfortable booking with me because they can see where they're going to be going to. So that post did really well, and it was a video. And at that time, Instagram wasn't prioritizing video content as much as it does now, but especially now with video content, obviously we already know that Instagram is prioritizing reels. I feel like that was a really great way to just show people my space, showcase where I lash out of, and help them get more comfortable with wanting to come in for an appointment with me. So there's a really great idea and an easy idea because you don't have to talk on it. You don't have to do anything extra. Just make sure your space looks nice, it looks clean, looks professional and put together. Do a little video of it, and then you can just put it to some music on the background and call it good. So really easy content idea that does really well. The next one was a video tour of how to find my studio room. So this was one I posted last year when I had another lash artist working with me, and our studio space, because there were a lot of different buildings in our parking lot and there were a lot of different businesses in the same building, it was sometimes confusing to find it. And so I did a video tour of how to actually find like our studio room. We were in like a salon suites type setup, and I just went outside, started from the outside, walked them, showed them which building it was, walked them into the building and, down and around the hallway to find where our studio was. So again, just something to help clients out, help them find us easier and feel more comfortable coming in to see us because they can see our space and easily know how to find us. So that was another content idea that did really well for me. The next one was basically any post that had my face in it, whether it was just a picture or a video or a reel. Anytime I showed my face on social media, that post automatically did better. And I know like showing up on social media and showing your face can be really nerve-wracking at first. So if that is the case for you, just start small, start simple. Start just by posting a picture of yourself or like a picture of you in your space, where you do hair out of, where you do nails out of, a picture of you lashing a client or something like that. And it doesn't have to even be like something like a professional photo shoot. Obviously you can have that done as well, but like just have like a friend or a family member or something come in and take a couple pictures of you working too, or like taking a client. That's a really easy, simple way to get some content that has you in it that also directly relates back to your work as well. But yeah, basically anytime I posted anything that had my face on it, it always does better. Even to this day, people just love to have that face-to-face connection and be able to see the face behind the business and know who they would be booking with. It comes back again to that know, like, trust factor. They can get to know you and get to like you and get to trust you, especially when you're showing your face. And this is another reason why you see big brands and big companies have like a spokesperson, because it puts a face behind their business. So things like Flo from Progressive, like it puts that human to human connection behind it and really helps people want to buy more and want to book more, because as humans, we value connection that much. So anytime I posted something with my face, it automatically did better. And honestly, that's how I got a lot of my clients from Instagram, was just by making connections and basically just making friends online with people in my area. There's a whole lot more strategy behind that, but that's essentially what my game plan was going into it. So that was the third post idea that did really well for me. The next was before and afters, and obviously you probably already know this one. Before and afters really showcase the transformation that we make as beauty professionals, because it really showcases like the difference that your services can make, especially if it's a service like lashes, where there is like that instant gratification and transformation. So with before and afters, just a couple tips on these. Always post the after picture first. I used to be so confused when I first got started of why people would post the afters first, like post the before and then the after, right? But here's the thing, the afters are the pictures that you want living forever on your feed. So if someone's scrolling through your page, back through old posts, or even recent posts if you posted recently, and they're not clicking on the different posts and swiping through the pictures and reading them, you don't want the before pictures that don't showcase your work to be all that they can see. You want your page as a whole to showcase your work. So put that picture first, so that is the picture that lives on your feed forever. And so you can do it that way, or you could also do like a side by side and put both of them in the same picture, right? So that always has done really well, especially for lashes. They want to see the transformation that it can make, and you can talk about like the difference it's going to make in that client's lifestyle. Like, they're a busy mom. This is going to help her be ready to go and be ready to go out the door in less time in the morning. It's going to save her time, anything like that. Like, what's this going to help them with. So not only the transformation it's making with their physical appearance, but the transformation it's going to make in their lives, because it's going to make their lives that much better, right? So that's something you can talk about with before and afters. The next post that did really well for me was actually a classic versus volume lash comparison. So side by side. And if you don't do lashes, this could still be like two different services that are similar to each other. Like maybe you offer like two different kinds of nails, like acrylic or gel, or maybe you offer like a couple different types of spray tans, like different shades or something. You could put two side-by-side photos of the difference between two similar services so that people can see what the difference is, because clients don't know that much about services. Like they know like what they've heard before, or rumors they've heard from past experiences, other people's experiences. Like we're in the industry, so we understand the lingo, we understand the difference between simple things like what's the difference between classic lashes versus volume lashes, but clients don't know that. So that post did really well because they were able to see like a visual comparison of like what's the difference between classic lashes and volume lashes. And it actually was a picture with the same client. I had done her lashes multiple times. I think it was actually pictures of my sister, but I had done her lashes on multiple different occasions, and I've done like classic lashes and volume lashes on her. So I took two, one of the pictures from classic, one of the pictures from her volume lashes, put them next to each other in like the same photo, and posted that and talked about the difference between the two services and what, who's going to be best for each service. And that did really well. People really loved that. And I asked too, like, which one's your favorite? Do you like the left side or the right side better? And it really got a lot of engagement and a lot of conversation happening in the comments as well, which was awesome. So that was a really great piece of content for me. The next that has done really well, and I'd say that this is one of like the best ones that actually I could like tangibly track back like client conversions to, like getting people to go from following me online to booking with me, was like client photos in their real life. So reposting clients like family photos, obviously with permission, posting my clients' photos with permission, but if they had like family photos done, posting a picture of their family photos. If they were like out at the lake for the weekend and they posted a picture with that showcased their lashes really well, or had their lashes in it that looked really good, then posting that. Posting like I'd done my sister's lashes for her to give birth for all three of her babies, and I've posted like her birth photos in the past of like her holding her baby afterwards with her lashes looking really pretty. And so just really showcasing lashes like in real life, like what are they going to look like in real life? Because if we just have like super up close eyeball photos, which there's nothing wrong with that showcases your work really well too, but also that doesn't really give the full scope of like how they fit into day-to-day life and how they fit into people's lifestyles, and like what they're going to look like when it's not super zoomed in on just the eyeball. Like, what does it look like with the full face? Those kinds of things. So those posts always did really well. Got a lot of engagement and a lot of like DMs and bookings for me. The next would be to answer a frequently asked question. Now, you could do this with any kind of like a reel. You could do it with just a photo. You could do it with like a carousel post where it's like multiple slides answering frequently asked questions, so where they have to like swipe through to see the answer kind of thing. Or just, your actual picture or video could be whatever you wanted it to be, but then just talk about like a frequently asked question that you get and answer it for them. So you could talk about like how to book with you, or like what the difference is between the services that you offer, or whatever questions you see yourself getting in the DMs a lot about your services, like you can go through and answer that as a piece of content. And the great part about that is being able to then repurpose that post. So especially if it's on Instagram that you're posting that, then you can share it to your stories and obviously get more views and engagement in your stories from it. But then you can then also save it to your highlights and have a frequently asked questions story highlight so that when people come to your page, they can click on that and look at like frequently asked questions and get those answers really quickly. So any kind of question you're getting often from potential clients or from clients is an opportunity for you to add that to like a frequently asked questions highlight. The next one that's done really well is client reviews and like what they love about coming to you. So what do your current clients love, and sharing that basically. So you can take reviews from no matter where you've gotten them, whether they posted a review to Facebook, whether they like recommended you to somebody on Facebook in like a comments section, whether they left like a Google review, a Yelp review, or like a review on your booking site or wherever it was. You can take that and repurpose it. So you can take that review, pull it into Canva, like copy and paste it into Canva, or like screenshot the review, pull it into a graphic in Canva, and just repost it onto other platforms as well. So that potential clients can not only see that review on the platform that it was left on, but also be able to see it on other platforms. So if someone posted a review to my Google page, I would either screenshot it and repost it in other places like my Instagram page, my Instagram stories, my Facebook page, or, copy and paste it and stick it into a Canva graphic and then repost that everywhere to my Instagram page, to my Instagram highlights and stories, post it to my Facebook page, post it to my Google My Business page, like really repurposing content to make my life easier and to also like spread the good word about what clients love about coming to me and just sharing those client reviews, because that's honestly a big thing that potential clients do look for is reviews. They want to see what other people have to say about you. And so that's a great thing to be repurposing and sharing on all the platforms that you advertise your business on. So client review is really great. The next thing is just honestly using stories. Obviously, there's so many other things you can post on your stories. We could do an entire like really lengthy podcast on that topic just in itself. But just utilizing stories, and especially once I got comfortable talking on stories and like showing my face on stories, that made a really big difference for me in my bookings. It ties back into that know, like, trust thing, where they can get to know me and kind of see who I am and what I'm about and start to trust me more and just really feel comfortable like booking an appointment with me because they like know who I am. And I think this really made a big difference because a lot of times when I would get DMs from potential clients, they would address me by name like they knew me. Like, hey, Erica, I saw your story. Or like, hey, Erica, I'm interested in getting lashes on, blah, 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 blah. So it really showed to me that they felt like they knew me from how I was showing up online and like talking on stories and showing my face and things, because in their messages to me, they were talking to me like I was a friend that they already knew. So getting comfortable talking on stories was not very easy for me. It was really nerve-wracking, and it took practice, honestly. And, just like learning lashes or learning hair or nails or spray tans or whatever services you do, like social media skills, talking on your stories, showing up on stories, things like that, it's a learned skill. It's something that you have to practice and just do it. So one thing I did was just like sit down and even just record yourself on your phone, just talking to your phone without posting them, and just getting comfortable talking on camera. I also felt like it was helpful to have like what I was going to say figured out already. I can make like little notes for myself to keep myself on track with what I wanted to say until I got more comfortable talking on stories more. And, sometimes it took a few different times or more. I've had times where it's taken me like 20 plus times to get out what I wanted to say correctly on Instagram stories. But just the fact of the matter is just getting on there and doing it and getting more and more comfortable with it. And obviously that's not going to be something that everybody is comfortable with. So if that's not you, that's okay. but I felt like it really was beneficial in helping me build my clientele, and especially to help me build my clientele faster. But outside of like just talking on stories and like showing my face on stories, just like behind the scenes kinds of things, like more day-to-day content of like before and afters of like, here's a before my first fill, here's a after my first fill, like just showing like, you know, more behind the scenes in the studio, and like more everyday like lifestyle type of content. And I felt like it was a really great way to help people just get to know me on a personal level better. Obviously not anything crazy like deep dive into my life, but just like who I am as a person and what I like and what I'm about, and like what my studio experience is like, basically. So stories, great thing to be utilizing. And then the last one that did really well for me, and this one's so funny, but I actually last year made $30 from posting on Instagram of me crying. So I was just telling my lash training student about this over the weekend, and we had a good laugh about it. But I had an instance last year where I had been crying, and afterwards my lash extensions were literally so clumped up they had white tips on them from all the dried tears, and they looked horrible. So I decided I was going to take pictures of my lashes after crying, and then take pictures of my lashes after washing them and brushing them out, and they're all like nice and fluffy and pretty again. So I took pictures of those, I put them into a collage, I posted it on Instagram, and as like an educational post talking about here's why you need to wash your lashes after crying. And it is actually, I think, still to this day, my number one shared post on Instagram. It got shared like over 500 times, and I made $30 off of it from selling aftercare kits to random people on the internet because of posting it. So, you know, just really kind of took advantage of an opportunity to educate about the services that I offered. So, you know, educational posts, really great. So it was super funny. I still laugh about it with my sister and my friends and stuff to this day. But yeah, I made $30 off of crying and posting it on Instagram. So there are 10 different content ideas for you. Basically like my top performing posts that help me book clients, help me make more retail sales, and just help me be able to grow my business on social media. So I hope this was helpful for you. Just a little mini episode on this, but if content is something that you're struggling with and you're wanting some more content ideas, you're not sure what to post, maybe you're running into like a wall, like writer's block or something with it, I actually have a free social media content guide for beauty pros. It has 26 different social media ideas for you, social media content ideas for you of different things that you can post to turn Instagram followers and social media followers into full paying beauty clients. So I'm going to link that in the show notes. It's a free guide for you. I'll send it straight to your email. And so yeah, that will be linked in the show notes. It's basically what I followed and what the different kinds of things that I would post when I was taking lash clients to be able to grow my clientele and build my clientele on social media. And Instagram was always my number one place that I got clients from. So I know these content ideas work really well, and it is things that you can like recycle and reuse and use the same idea multiple different times. So really great guide. Go check it out. It's going to be in the show notes. If you guys have questions, let me know. Like I said, I hope this episode was helpful for you. And if you have any other social media questions, social media struggles that you're dealing with, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at XOErikaSchramm. And if this episode was helpful for you, please screenshot it and tag me on your Instagram stories with it. So that we can share the love with other beauty professionals and be able to reach more and help more beauty professionals out. So I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for listening, and I will be back again with another episode soon.